30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Young on third down, eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it with the option right. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that could.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Hey, Wood. He's coming. Check mine.
To throw again on 2nd down. Young dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Pierce. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
10 logo. Hey, Sue.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down.
Now.
It's Young on 1st down. Flushed out right. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Let's go.
It'll be Young again. The 20. Open man is lost, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Young. Eluding the pressure right. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Young. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 5. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Without a doubt, the fade route is tough to stop if your wide receiver and quarterback are on the same page and the ball is placed in the proper spot.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Young looks to throw on 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Looking to throw, Young. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now here's Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yardage on first and second down.
Well, on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Lions will take over. Now they'll run it on the toss. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second down and inches. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they go option to the right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 62 yards. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect up and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts, then we get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some pushing. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order again.
Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Parker, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And deep in his home territory, he coughs up the football. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Got it. Set. Check Mike 54. Mike. Who's your focus? Switch up. Show that. Hit it.
On play action, Young. Complete to Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Go! Hurry!
On 2nd and 9, Young. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, here's an option right. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Now back to throw.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 22 yards there, a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young now. Being chased out left. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They'll run on first down. Colvin. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Young escaping the pressure. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run the option right here on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 49-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Forced it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, they go option to the right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Young to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch it.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Young. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards.
First down, Ravens.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Young. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Young to throw. Flush to his right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win. Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game. So for Detroit, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our
just wanna be her for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day. Yeah, all day like.